Alright guys, so this is gonna be quite a random video. So basically I just wanna, kinda talk about 2023 and stuff. Yeah, I know I wanna talk about how I revived the Dragon Ball Moto series. So pretty much all of this started in 2023, but let's just start from the beginning in 2023 because that's like the most important thing in my personal opinion. So 2023 on the January, like, you know, I was a 15-year-old, like, frick, yeah, I was a 15-year-old that literally got so lucky with my current game projects I had back then. So basically, the Dragon Ball Mortal series, I made Dragon Ball Mortals 1 like back in 2021 or 2022. I don't remember what year, but yeah, basically the first Dragon Ball Mortals. I mean, yeah, it was a failure. But on Dragon Ball Mortals 2, I worked on it quite a lot and did some freak. So on Mortals 2, I did pretty much a lot of scripting, which is the character models. I mean, I don't know, but on the GUI and stuff, the play button and everything, the character selecting, all of that took a while to make, and so oh my god. So Dragon Ball Mortals 2, when I released when I made a lot of videos about it, when I updated it a lot, Dragon Ball Mortals 2, it was also a failure, but for some reason, when I updated the game a lot, when I updated Dragon Ball Mortals 2 a lot, which is called Dragon Ball Mortals 2 Blazing Resolve, which is no longer available, but when I oh my god, sorry guys, I'm just stuttering. But when I updated it a lot, I got lucky by getting a lot of players and a lot of likes into the game. That's why I was motivated to keep updating Dragon Ball Mortals 2. That was all back in 2022, and then summer of 2022, I spent a lot of time working on it. Working on GT Vegeta, Xeno. Wait, Xeno? Did I work on Xeno? I don't think I did. But yeah, basically, I got super lucky on the Dragon Ball Mortals 2 project, even though because there was no effort put into Dragon Ball Mortals 2. So basically, when I ended the project, I never got a lot of players after that. My group hit 500 members, which is that's just one of the most reasons at the beginning of yeah, I had 500 members to begin with was because of Dragon Ball Mortals 2. Then I made Dragon Ball Mortals 3. I mean, it was good, but it was definitely one of the biggest failures of the whole entire Dragon Ball Mortals 3 cool series. Basically, yeah, it struggled to surpass Dragon Ball Mortals 2, and I wasn't really surprised since I also put barely any effort into Dragon Ball Mortals 3. Basically, it was supposed to be a remaster of Dragon Ball Mortals 2 instead of the Dragon Ball N models. It would be the Goku face. Frick. Sorry. I'm trying to think. So basically, yeah, I just put Goku faces, but I did this. I pretty much copied the character selection screen from Dragon Ball Mortals 2, but I made separate GUIs and everything. Separate characters like the Dragon Ball Mortals Super Remastered or the Dragon Ball Mortals 3 characters like the Broly and everything. Samazu. Yeah, pretty much. But Dragon Ball Mortals 3, I did there was a map designer which he made the hyperbolic time chamber thing. So hold on. Sorry guys, I'm just taking my time to explain here. I'm just stuttering. My bad. But yeah, basically frick. So yeah, he made a hyperbolic time chamber space map, and I did pretty much update Mortals 3 a lot, but it did get a lot of players, but I gotta say it struggled a lot to surpass Mortals 2. That's why I lost hooks into the Dragon Ball Mortals series. I was like, man, I don't know if my series is gonna make it at this rate. So I made Dragon Ball Mortals 1 remastered, But that also didn't get a lot of players because Dragon Ball Motors 1 was already a critical failure. So basically, I lost pretty much a lot of hope into the project. In 2023 on January, that's when I like stopped working on Dragon Ball Motors 3 and abandoned it and moved on, played some games like Dragon Ball R and stuff. But wait, no, I don't think Dragon Ball R was out back then. I don't know. I'm bad at memory about that. So basically, I was moving on, but I had this friend. His name was Ja. Like we both started talking to each other in February 2023. He was like, "Yo, want a partner?" Like honestly, I was very confused because I do not absolutely remember adding Ja, but I was like every time I Roblox, and he was like, "Yeah." I said no, it didn't, but later on I changed my mind, and so we talked. Ja and I talked through DMs, and then he actually, to the point he wanted to voice call, so it's a lot easier. Basically, our first project John and I ever worked on was called Dragon Ball Adventures. Yeah, Dragon Ball Adventures. So Dragon Ball Adventures, yeah, it was the first project I worked with Ja on. Basically, because ever since I discontinued Dragon Ball Mortals 3, I pretty much lacked experience of coding. So pretty much like I did lack experience of coding ever since I abandoned Dragon Ball Mortals 3. So basically, when John and I were working on Dragon Ball Mortals 3, we never got anywhere. We made like zero progress. We did make the models. We made the auras and the faces. Well, not made the faces, but like, like people use this the toolbox, except that. But, basically, due to our lack of coding experience, we never was able to publish Dragon Ball Adventures nor work on it more. However, the most interesting part about Dragon Ball Adventures was that, sorry, hold on, I'm just stuttering, my bad. But, yeah, basically, John and I, like, worked on Dragon Ball Adventures, and we did make plans to make a sequel of Dragon Ball Adventures, which was, like, Dragon Ball Adventures 2, because, if you shorten Dragon Ball Adventures, it would be DBA. That pretty much reminds me of Dragon Ball Arena, because Dragon Ball Arena is one of my favorite Roblox fighting Dragon Ball games, because it was honestly very peak. I can't wait for Dragon Ball Arena 3. But basically, because when due to our lack of coding experience, yeah, we both started losing hope to Dragon Ball Adventures, so we abandoned Dragon Ball Adventures and moved on. Then we decided to then I was so bored because, I enjoyed, working on games, like, so basically we both talked, and I was like, I want to do a Dragon Ball project. So we thought of one, but, we decided to do, it was a Drop Your Fork, but, honestly, before it was named Drop Your Fork, we both, like, started at a base play, but when I was, like, trying to invite John to work with me on Drop Your Fork, him and I were just sticking to the game name, but basically, we were, like, stuck thinking, like, Dragon Ball X or something, I don't know. Then him and I were still deciding, and he started eating food, and I was like, oh, don't drop your fork. Then he, like, do you know what's funny? He ended up dropping his fork. Literally, that's what we can, so, like, when John dropped his fork, he was like, no, because I can relate to that. Dropping your fork does suck because you literally have to either clean it again or get a new one, and that's pretty much a waste of dish. And yeah, it's pretty annoying. But yeah, basically when he dropped his fork, Kim and I thought, why not just name it Drop Your Fork? So we named it Drop Your Fork, and we put anime game, which pretty much it was not directly talking about Dragon Ball, but rather hold on. Sorry, I'm stuttering a lot. My bad. But basically, we put anime game because it was not talking about Dragon Ball specifically, but rather other animes like JoJo's, One Punch Man, yeah. Drop Your Fork anime game. Well, it's gonna have, like, Goku, Vegeta, Giorno Giovanna, Jotaro Kujo, Josuke Higashikata. Pretty much all people's favorite anime characters. Yeah, pretty much. Including Jujutsu Kaisen characters like Yuji, Gojo. It's so goofy. But the name is goofy. So basically, when I started making character models, I inserted the Goku faces, but we decided to make the character models, gray, and there was low quality faces. But basically, I decided to keep the low quality faces and drop your fork one because I was just busy making fun of it. Because if you guys know me better, I just love making fun of low quality faces in my own projects because I love my own projects. I enjoy working on projects. This is why Dragon Ball Mortals 4 is here today. But we'll get to that soon. So John and I worked on Drop Your Fork a lot, and we made some GUIs. We decorated the map a bit. But basically, pretty much, I went to Dragon Ball Mortals Ultra Instinct, which was my oldest project that I discontinued because studio was buggy. So yeah. I took a Kamehameha out of there and I put it in the Drop Your Fork project, and I reanimated it and of course added more effects on the Kamehameha. But yeah, basically Drop Your Fork was like a pretty different game. It wasn't Dragon Ball or anything. It was just like every anime game. Like, it has Dragon Ball, JoJo, Jujutsu Kaisen, all of that mixed up. But it was honestly a goofy game. But basically, we made Super Saiyan, and if you see the first sneak peek of Drop Your Fork, it was honestly pretty buggy because, yeah, the Super Saiyan, the welding was broken and everything. Like, yeah, the hair welding was pretty broken, and things were not loading properly. The running animation is really broken. Like, when you were, like, if you run out of stamina and drop your fork, if you let go of the shift button, the running animation will still play, which is probably one of the buggiest things I've ever encountered. But at least the running worked. But basically, we both didn't give up and continue on working the projects. We fixed a few things. I never ended up bother fixing the. Well, the reason why I never bothered fixing the running thing for the sprint thing and Drop Your Fork was because I thought glitching the running animation thing was pretty funny, and I kept making fun of it. I was like, "Yo, look at me! I'm running while transforming. This is so funny." So I kept making fun of it. That's why I never fixed it. But John and I never gave up on Drop Your Fork. We literally continuously worked on it. I work on the forms, the Kamehamehas, while he works on map designing. John was the one who designed the stamina bar for the sprint, so that way the sprint isn't infinite. We both are kinda mimicking it off Dragon Ball R because Dragon Ball R was a popular game. We admired it. It was Dragon Ball R is a pretty cool game and all, which is why we could mimic it to Drop Your Fork. But we basically never hired anybody else. Just him and I worked on that project, but due to our lack of coding experience again, on Energy Blast and Spirit Bomb and other, attacks that I planned, I never was able to make those because my lack of coding experience ever since I, when I discontinued a Dragon Ball project on Roblox, and if I discontinue and never go on studio again after that, my coding skills will literally fall off. I'm serious about that. Yeah, it's been a while since I abandoned Dragon Ball Mortals 3, so my coding experience, skills were absolutely terrible. Because I've been away from studio, I've been playing games, I've been enjoying myself, just being a 15 edgy. Yeah, basically back in 2023, as a 15-year-old, I was an edgelord. I was very edgy. I was a proud JoJo's Bizarre Adventure fan, which is why I planned on making Giorno a real character in Drop Your Fork, and I tried to hurry and get Goku Vegeta done as fast as possible so I could get to Giorno, but when I get school or like when real life gets really busy, it's just hard to find time to do game development, and I ended up forgetting what I was supposed to do in Drop Your Fork. So basically, I worked a lot there, but you know, since Ja got busy with real life and everything, I decided to work on a separate project, which was called Drop Your Fork Plus, and it was a Dragon Ball Rage based off game. Yup, pretty grindy, but yeah, I think making Drop Your Fork Plus, that game, it was honestly one of the biggest things I've ever wasted my time on, because you know, the reason why it took a long time to code because of how bad it was. Like, basically, the meditation, you know, the anti-cheat in that game is completely busted. The game is completely busted. So, hold on. Let me, hold on. Sorry, I just make videos without planning. So, basically, you know, I did add a meditation thing, but the meditation in Drop Your Fork Plus is absolutely buggy. It's probably the worst thing I've ever tried scripting ever. Probably the worst thing ever. Yeah. Basically, I did script. I did do the meditation thing, but basically when you get off meditating, if you try to re-meditate, it won't let you. But if you step out of it, the anti-cheat will kick you. Like, that's the most buggiest thing ever. So basically, you know, I pretty much, so after frick. Hold on, sorry about that, guys. I'm just stuttering a lot. Let me think. So, after I dropped the Halloween update for Drop Your Fork Plus, I decided to step away from it and work on Drop Your Fork Vanilla, which I'm pretty sure you guys, I don't know if you guys have seen the sneak peeks of it before, but yeah, Drop Your Fork Vanilla was another project to work on because you know, Ja was really busy. We both weren't able to get to Drop Your Fork. Yeah, basically. And crap. So, yeah, I worked on Drop Your Fork Vanilla, and I was kind of basing things off of Dragon Ball Xenoverse 2. You know, the hair texture and everything, and the voice lines, the mechanics, pretty much. Yeah. So, Drop Your Fork Vanilla, I never really published it nor like put more focus into it because of how messy the coding was. So I decided to discontinue with that, and then by October, I was honest, like, yeah, it was October, but around October either 28th or 29th, that's when I decided I want to revive if I cannot revive the Drop Your Fork series, maybe I can try reviving Dragon Ball Mortals series. So I did, but honestly, when I first made this game, I never planned on naming this game Dragon Ball Mortals 4. I honestly planned naming it Dragon Ball Mortals X. It was honestly the first thing I was going to plan to name this game, but basically I decided, I mean, making Dragon Ball Mortals X wouldn't make sense, so I decided to make Dragon Ball Mortals 4 without Mortals 1, 2 Remastered, or 3 out, because basically I privated them, that's how bad they were. So, yeah, I worked on Mortals 4 a lot, you know. The first sneak peek was like DBM 2 or DBM but modded game. You know, I did say that Dragon Ball Mortals 4 was going to be a chosen one. And, yeah, Dragon Ball Mortals 4, I actually find motivating working on because at least I have a project to work on instead of, you know, playing games all the time. I mean, I do enjoy playing video games, but sometimes not always because I like, you know, stem it away or just want to do something else. But, you know, working on projects like Mortals 4 and stuff, those are stuff I absolutely enjoy doing the most. Because, yeah, I like working on projects. It may be tiring, but it's still fun. It's like really fun. So, yeah. And then I released the game on December 16th. That is the exact beautiful day that I released it. That was like December 16th, 2023. But I'm not going to talk about, remember, I'm only talking about 2023. So, now about OG Spirit, which but you guys may know him that I hang out with the most because, yeah, OG Spirit and I play similar games like Baldi's Basics, Minecraft, Roblox, Pizza Tower. Yeah, those kind of games. So, I met OG Spirit in a Card and Honk Discord server, which a lot of you guys have heard of Card and Honk. He's the speedrunner of doors, which, I mean, he does have Crocs, but well, I mean, we may say that, but I know what it is, but I don't want to say it because I might ruin the joke. But, yeah, he just, Card and Honk has good gaming chair. Come on, trust. But basically, yeah, when I met OG Spirit in a Card and Honk Discord server, he was like looking for doors hacking scripts, so I saw his profile picture as Ambush in Ohio. I thought that profile picture was funny looking, so I decided to friend him, and, he in DMs he asked me, hey, do you have any door script you can share with me? I told him, no, not at the moment, sorry. Then he was like, oh, it's all good, bro. So I decided to, you know, we decided to I decided to invite him to my Enchanted Gaming Requiem's Discord server. Yeah, it's probably one of the best servers I've ever made, and I'm mostly active on it, but not as active as I used to be, because I have a large community now, and I absolutely care about you guys. But, yeah, OG Spirit and I, you know, voice called, and we talked to each other a lot. And, basically, we invited few people from the Card and Honk server, such as Twitchful, and there was a kid named A1000. So, basically, how OG Spirit and I became friends, here, along with Twitchful. So, basically, hold on. So there was this kid in my Enchanted Gaming Requiem server named A1000, which, yeah, because the Doors Hotel Plus update was out on that then, and that update on Doors did definitely make Doors peak. But, you know, Floor 2 did make it fall off because, you know, a lot of issues. But that's not the reason I'm talking about. So, yeah, OG Spirit and I, you know, because A1000 guy has been AFK, and I was like, man, that guy has been AFK for a while. I wonder if he's in school. Then OG Spirit was like, yeah, it didn't. Even Twitchful as well. Twitchful also joined us, you know, just bullying the guy because he was like AFK for a while, and I was the first one to wonder if he's actually in school. And then the A1000 guy was like, no, I'm on vacation, bruh. Honestly, I thought he was going to say he's in college, because I was going to be like, well, why are you in Discord? Why are you in college? But nope, he was on vacation. But OG Spirit, Twitchful, and I just kept saying like, yo, he's in school, he got suspended. You know, like, bro got suspended for throwing lunch at the lunch lady or something like that. OG Spirit has the recording of Twitchful, him, and I just bullying the A1000 guy. Honestly, it was for no reason. Because remember, guys, I was just a dumb 15-year-old back then, so I was pretty edgy and stuff. I just thought I was a funny man, but I'm just a random guy. But you know, the A1000 guy ended up leaving the call. He left my server and everything. But yeah, oh well, it still didn't matter though, because honestly, we never really got any close friendship with the A1000 guy. Because he doesn't talk to OG, Twitchful, and I. So basically, after that, OG Spirit and I kept voice calling often more in the Enchanted Gaming Requiem server. And until one day, he just decided to play a paint spray game on Roblox. And, you know, he decided he was screen sharing it, but he decided to, like, grade everybody's artwork in a paint spray game. And, yeah, OG Spirit was, you know, like, give a... Sorry. Like, he was, like, grading people's artwork in a paint spray game, and then, you know, up to the point where he was like, oh, I'm gonna give you an F minus, and, yeah, there were so many minuses, up to the point where it's just, to me, that's just become an iconic meme. But yeah, you know, the F minus, but I never got to record that, but I still remember. He was playing a paint spray game, and yeah, he was grading people's artwork. And then it didn't, like, I think it's when I first met Kyle, you know, OG Spirit was playing Baldi, and I server muted Kyle because I wanted to only talk to OG Spirit, so that's basically how it is. And sorry if there's background noises, but yeah, just ignore it. But yeah, hold on. Sorry, I'm stuttering so hard. So yeah, OG Spirit is a pretty fun guy to hang out with. He's really cool, but I will never forget the day I met him in 2023. Like 2023 is one of the best years for me. The nostalgia and pretty much when I first started Drop Your Fork Vanilla, which was a random project I started working on, and then throughout the whole 2023 summer, I was working on Drop Your Fork Plus secretly, but it turned out to be a failure project. So yeah. But yeah, OG Spirit up to this day, he's still a fun guy to hang out with, but he doesn't really get a lot of time to hang out with most of the time because busy life and everything, and I get that. I'm pretty busy with life too. I'm occupied too. But hold on. Let me try to think. So, yeah, I was when I was hanging out with Doji Spirit, I was hanging out with Jaw less because I wanted, because OG Spirit and I played similar games. Like we played Baldi and stuff. Like OG Spirit and I, we were just good friends. I enjoyed hanging out with them. He played Minecraft. He had mods for Minecraft. He plays Pizza Tower. Yeah, him and I play similar games. And I never played Pikmin, but he is a fan of it, and yeah, I mean Pikmin looks cool, but I don't know if I'll play Pikmin soon. But sorry if I'm stuttering. Ignore that. But yeah, that is all I have for this video. Yeah, basically just talking about the memories of 2023 for myself. I absolutely enjoyed that year. I enjoyed my 15-year-old self until I turned 16 in October 28th, and that's where I started making Mortals 4. But basically, 2023, man, I miss that year, man. I mean, 2023 was one of the best years, man. I don't know what to say. Like, there is actually more into 2023 than just the internet. There was actually more into the year 2023 for me. Like most of it was school. Like there was a lot more into the year of 2023 than just the internet, but also school and everything. There's a lot of good parts about 2023 that I just absolutely missed the most, including summer 2023. But yeah, 2023 is definitely one of the most unforgettable years I can ever think of, Like, I mean, just the games I play, the games I make back in 2023, and when I go on my studio and I'll check on them, I just remember, like, I remember I used to enjoy making these because, yeah, like, I mean, I'm just kind of sad that it's no longer 2023. I enjoyed that year. Like, I loved that year. I loved being an edgelord as a 15-year-old back in 2023. But, yeah, things changed ever since life got busy here. But, yeah, I really miss 2023. Like, it was the best year for me. I absolutely enjoyed it. Like, there's a lot of parts I missed about it. And I just want to go back time. Yeah, I just want to go back time and experience 2023 again, because 2023 was absolutely the year I enjoyed the most. Of the amount of friends I made, amount of friends I made even in real life at school, like in 2023, I enjoyed being people's friends, like including on Discord. I got Jaw. I I had Kyle, I had OG Spirit. As probably one of the bestest people I've ever met on the internet. Cause nobody can ever replace those nobody can ever replace those people today. Literally, they are the bestest friends, and I'm still friends with Jai, and I'm still friends with OG Spirit. Anyways, I think that's it. And the Halloween event will be releasing October 4th. So yeah, and I will be live streaming Sparking Zero here real soon. As soon as the games, gets I pre-ordered the ultimate edition of Dragon Ball Sparking Zero, so I'll live stream it as soon as it releases. So yeah, thank you so much for watching. Make sure you guys like and subscribe, and pretty much it's honestly almost close to 2025. What day is it? September 25th. Yeah, okay. But yeah, thank you so much for watching. Make sure you guys like and subscribe, and I'll see you soon. See ya.